Great news, everybody! Gun Owners of America and Gun Owners Foundation secured a preliminary injunction against the pistol brace rule. Now, this injunction only applies to Gun Owners of America members, which means that all Gun Owners of America members are now protected against President Biden's pistol brace ban. Having said that, we are not done fighting, and we will continue to push for a nationwide end to this tyranny for all gun owners. So here are 4 reasons why we need to keep fighting in Congress. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone that's been listening to this show and our email alerts, telling them to bombard Capitol Hill with emails and phone calls. You've helped us put the pressure on House leadership and let them know that gun owners everywhere are paying attention and deserve to be recognized. Unfortunately, at midnight, the ATF's pistol brace rule went into full effect. And while a few limited injunctions were won in the courts, a nationwide injunction covering all gun owners was not granted. Of course, GOA is going to keep fighting this in the judicial system, but now you may be wondering if the fight is over in Congress. The answer is no. We're going to keep fighting the swamp to protect your rights from this rule now more than ever. It's even more important that we fight this rule. Otherwise, millions of Americans are under the present threat of firearms confiscation. Now, here are 4 important reasons why GOA isn't giving up. Here's reason number 1 why we're going to keep fighting. The American people elected a supposedly pro-gun majority to the House of Representatives, and they owe you a vote. Your House representative shouldn't get off scot-free just because Biden banned 40 million guns yesterday. That's exactly why you should tell them to take action. Biden just initiated the largest gun ban in history at midnight, and gun owners like you deserve to be heard and have your rights protected. Reason number 2, once the House of Representatives successfully votes on HJ Res 44 to disapprove of the Biden pistol ban, the bill will have special privileges in the US Senate. Now, here's that sentence in non-swamp talk for y'all. Pro-gun senators like Senators Marshall, Lee, and Kennedy, and GOA allies will force a vote against the wishes of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who will not be able to filibuster the bill. That Senate vote will put vulnerable Democrats who fake support for the Second Amendment to voters in a tough position right before their next election. No more, I support the Second Amendment, but out of these guys. Let's see if these so-called moderates in the Senate really support gun owners. We're looking at you, Senators Manchin, Tester, King, and Collins. If they squish out and vote to allow the president to ban 40 million lawfully acquired pistols, then at least voters will know exactly what their choices are at the polls. Now, if they vote to overturn the Biden pistol ban, that's great. HJ Res 44 gets sent to President Biden's desk. Now, sending this bill to the Oval Office will hold Joe Biden fully accountable as the individual responsible for banning millions of guns. A Biden veto of HJ Res 44 would highlight his ongoing abuse of executive power to infringe on the Second Amendment. It will be definitive proof that Biden is the most anti-2A president in history. Now, here's the 3rd reason. Passing HJ Res 44 out of one or both chambers will send a strong message that Congress does not approve of the Biden pistol ban. Now, you're probably saying, who cares whether your congressman sends a strong message, right? You want something to be actually done. Well, for starters, the courts will see this as a message. In court, ATF is arguing that it was the intent of Congress to ban 40 million pistols with braces under the National Firearms Act of 1934. Congress voting to overturn the Biden pistol ban sends the exact opposite message. A successful vote on HJ Res 44 speaks volumes to the court, telling them that the ATF has their intent entirely backwards and that the rule should be struck down ultimately, not just in the preliminary injunction, but as a final court order. And finally, reason number 4 to why we should keep fighting. Passing HJ Res 44 in Congress will prove that funding for an executive ban on millions of guns cannot pass one or both chambers. Our bill sponsor, Representative Andrew Clyde, had this conversation with Donald Trump Jr. on the episode of Triggered.
You know, with what we've seen from the FBI and the Department of Justice, and ATF is part of the Department of Justice, from what we have seen, their tremendous overreach is so egregious that the only solution is going to be cutting their budget. And that has to happen. I've spoken to many, many folks on the Appropriations Committee, and they're of the same mindset that I am. They might not be quite as passionate about it as I am, but I think they're going to be in the boat with me. And we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done for the American people.
Well, Congressman, thank you. And just let us know, or let me know, who isn't playing along with some of this stuff, because I want to make sure that everyone is aware of that, when they're out there and they're fundraising, and because this is a huge one.
Basically, President Biden and the swamp want to pass a new government appropriations bill for the entire Department of Justice, which includes the ATF, every year. This year, Our vote on the pistol braces would show them that funding for the ATF pistol brace rule just doesn't have the votes to get full funding. A vote on HJ Res 44 gives the GOA plan to defund the ATF some teeth. Congress can and must block this ATF rule in the upcoming appropriations. And voting on HJ Res 44 helps that become a reality. So there we have it. 4 important reasons to keep fighting the Biden pistol ban in Congress. And our allies are also backing GOA up in this fight. Last week, 27 attorneys general representing half the United States and including Texas, a co-plaintiff in GOA's pistol brace lawsuit, also called on Congress to take action. Although we have filed a lawsuit challenging the pistol brace rule and have sought in preliminary injunctive relief, we need Congress's help too. President Biden vetoes the CRA disapproval. It will be up to us as attorneys general, working with our private partners in the litigation, to get this rule overturned. But we should still try to alleviate this massive problem by using the CRA when it has a chance of success. Time is of the essence. We ask that you schedule a vote as soon as possible. So keep fighting with GOA, because we've got strong allies like half the attorneys general in the country, our 2A Action Alliance representing over 30 million followers, our No Compromise Alliance of 2A industry partners, and our Caliber Club coalition of FFLs. Each and every one of them keep fighting back against ATF's illegal gun ban. No tyrant in the White House can take our pistols so long as gun owners stand and fight together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.